Hey guys, what's going on? Today I'm going to talk about these new Chelsea boots that I got from Jcrew's Ore Stripe collection. I did a video on my other ones actually about a couple of weeks ago. You might remember these from a past video. I talked about how I like these so much that I wish that Jcrew would make more of these and or get some more in stock because I would like some more colors of them. Well, it just so turns out Jcrew heard my prayers and they ended up having this color in stock. This color actually, this is the one that I referred to as cognac, but on the Jcrew website they call it maple, and this is the one that I wanted the most. So it was my lucky day. So I got them. I was so stoked when they arrived because the color on that is just so beautiful. I think maple is a very good description of the color here. This model of Chelsea differs quite a bit from these suede ones. I'll show the differences here. So on the suede ones we have a commando sole, and on these new maple ones we have more of it's a leather sole but with a flat rubber sole on the bottom, and that's a Jcrew brand sole there. One of the main differences that I'm sure you'll notice is look at the antique sole on this one. As you can see here, this is a stacked leather sole. Contrast that with these are just pure commando all the way through. There's just one layer of leather sole here and then one layer of commando. So you can see the differences there. I prefer the stacked look of the heel on the maple color the most. I love that contrast there. That's probably my favorite feature of this new pair that I have here. I'll read the description from the Jcrew website. It says, "We didn't spare a single detail on these classic Chelsea boots, crafting them in vegetable tanned, smooth grain Italian leather for durability and rich color. We gave them a Goodyear welt, one of the clearest signs of a high quality shoe, which means you can resole them again and again so that they'll last a lifetime. And we finished them with a rubber lug sole for traction and durability. The stripe on the back pull tab signifies that these shoes are part of our Ore Stripe collection of versatile, high quality modern classics. A leather upper, rubber sole import, select stores." Yeah, and so I talked about this in the last video. These do run a half size large. And I actually went ahead and I compared these to my Alden Indy boots on the True Balance last, and they're identical. So these in an 8.5 look identical to my True Balance boots in an 8.5. It's the same length, practically the same width, practically all the same exact dimensions. So if you're familiar with Alden, if you collect Alden, and you have models on the Barry Last and the True Balance Last, then you should size the same, I would say. Like I said in my last video, I ordered my true to size on the original pair that I got, and they were too big. This is partly why I love Jcrew, is because when they have a hit item like this, if you watch the website long enough, you might see it pop back up. That's why it pays to kind of check back in on the website quite often, because you never know. And actually, I picked these up even cheaper than the last pair. The last pair that I got half off, so the original price was $300, so I got those for $150. These I think I got for closer to $120 actually. They popped back up and there was like an extra promo deal going on, and so I ended up landing these for $120. I was so stoked. Like it was such a great day. The stars truly aligned, not only with the exact boot that I wanted, but at a far better price than what I was expecting to get them for. One thing I wanted to bring up, in my last video I was talking about this border rim. This is called a storm welt. I don't know what I was thinking. I was calling it a water lock for some reason, but this is actually called a storm welt. And on this pair, on this maple pair, the storm welt is green. I think that is fantastic. I couldn't have picked a better color to go with these. I mean, I love that they said, you know what, we're not only going to have a contrasting upper and a contrasting sole, we're also going to have a contrasting storm welt. I mean, what an incredible idea. Why don't more people do that? Seriously, I think it just looks so great. It's not too bright, it's not flashy, but it's a subtle enough detail. I love it. Every time I look at it, I'm like, that is sweet. They really put a lot of care and attention in the design of these. I'll say it again. They went out of their way, and I think they really need to run these again. I still have my eye on the navy pair. I do actually see that they have the burnished ruby pair in my size right now. I'm trying not to order them though. I feel like I've collected enough new boots recently. And then another thing, I'll bring this up again, is on the back we have this double layered heel strip going on. So it starts out, so you have the standard upper going on right here, and then they stitched a heel strip on top of that, and then they took a thinner strip of leather and stitched that on top of that. So it's basically triple reinforced on the heel there. And functionality wise, you have a lot more protection on your heel, but aesthetically, I think it looks great. I mean, it really looks great to me that they went out of their way to just add another feature. And it's not, like I said, similar to the Storm Welt, it's not in your face, it's not a glaring detail, but it's a subtle one. It's one of those things that you don't notice it at first, but when you do notice it, you're like, wow, that's awesome. And there is one more feature about these boots that I noticed that I wanted to mention here. Notice the striations here. It's not all smooth throughout. So you can see the creasing on the toe. It's got these multiple ripples going on, but then as you turn it, you can start to see different texture. It's also running this way as well. See right here, you can see it. I don't know how to explain that. You can see it here. See, again, we have the creasing on the toes, and that's also leading to a ripple effect. But what I find most cool are the striations running this way. You can see it all along the surface of the grain. So it's not just a smooth leather throughout. It's very, it's got a lot of character, and it's only going to become more prominent the more that it breaks in. In addition to that, we have the oar stripe pull tab here, which again, I love that. I think it's really creative, and I've collected other things from the Jcrew oar stripe collection, including a few bags, and including I got 2 pairs of derbies, and then now I have 2 pairs of their Chelsea boots. So I'm really liking what Jcrew did with their oar stripe this year, and I'm hoping that they bring it back because I really think that they landed a really original idea here. Anyways, I have been pairing these up with denim. I've been pairing these up with a lot of things. I wore them with my lightweight off-white chinos. It looks really good with those. These really go well with chinos, especially chinos in a polo shirt on a hot day. You can't beat that. I mean, it's just sleek. It looks sleek. You feel sleek. These are a lot cooler temperature-wise to wear than a lot of my boots. A lot of my indie boots or my heavy Chrome Excel or my Shell Cordovan boots. Those things, I love them, but to be honest, when it's hot outside, it's kind of uncomfortable to wear those because they don't breathe. But these, on the other hand, because of this elastic feature here, it breathes very well. In addition to that, these are very light. They don't have the steel shank like my Aldens do. These aren't a heavy boot. That's one thing that I like about them for the summer. I wouldn't necessarily wear these around in the winter because, you know, the colder it is, the more heavier I prefer my boots to be. But these are just super lightweight, super easy to throw on, super versatile. That's all I have to say about these. Feel free to follow me on Instagram. I'll be posting pictures of these as I continue to wear them. Anyways, thanks a lot for watching. I'll see you guys in my next video.